Good day. The previous video I was talking about how Chanakya met Chandragupta Maurya. He met him as a small child and he wanted to train this fellow to become the future emperor of Bharatavarsha, that is India. Chandragupta Maurya was a normal boy without any royal lineage. He comes from this Maurya. They say he comes from this Maurya clan. So Chanakya goes to Mura, Chandragupta Maurya's mom, and tells her, Mura Devi, I want to take your son and give him education. Please allow me to take him. And he offers 1,000 coins to educate Chandragupta Maurya. So even Mura accepts and sends this boy along with Chanakya. Now, this training period is very crucial. At the age of 10, he has to conquer, he has to defeat Nanda by say around 7-8 years, within 7-8 years. So Chanakya took cautious steps. He selected teachers who are going to teach Chandragupta Maurya. There he had a very big name. Chanakya had a great name. He is a great teacher in Takshashila. So he can assimilate wealth also. He can raise how much ever money he wants. So in order to fight against Nanda, he needs a weapon, Chandragupta Maurya, and he needs lots of wealth to amass an army. So this was happening on one side. He slowly and meticulously he gathered wealth. And there is usually a restlessness amongst people because of this Nanda dynasty. They were not ruling properly. They were giving more importance for luxury of their own people than on citizens, of their own family than on citizens. So he was able to, the gathering of an army was easy for Chanakya. He assimilated people. He was gathering army against Nanda. At the same time, there was this vigorous training going for Chandragupta Maurya. There is an instance when Chanakya asked few tribals to set up a machan. It's similar to tree house in a forest. He used to take Chandragupta Maurya every day at night to the forest. He wanted Chandragupta Maurya to notice how the animals attacked, how important it is to be patient like a tiger, how important it is to be fearful, wrestling like a langur, how important it is to be vigilant like deers, and how important it is to be like a python. You know, many of the war strategies he taught Chandragupta Maurya through watching the animals from nature, and he taught how nature can be used for him against his enemy. So many uses of soil, of forest, of land, of river. He showed how to divert a river. Everything a warrior must know. Everything a strategist must know. All things were taught. He took him to many villages and he made him realize how farmers earn their living, how craftsmen earn their living, how artists earn their living, what are the struggles undergone by them. So, Chandragupta Maurya is not only a warrior, but he is a people's man. He tames Chandragupta into a holistic ruler. And in one instance, Chandragupta Maurya sees a pride of lion. Two lions fight. One is the, the male of that pride, and the other is an invader. When the invader comes and he takes over this male, he kills the male lion and he kills all the other cubs of that male lion, and he creates his own lineage there. This was astounding. This was shocking for Chandragupta Maurya. Then Chanakya taught him, a king need not trust anybody. A king should listen to everybody, but he should not trust anybody. It is his own intelligence. He should listen only to himself. If you feel it is right, then do it. If you feel it is wrong, then do not do it. That is what this lion is teaching you. So everything, whatever he knows from nature. So he has learned to appreciate nature. And now they were all getting ready. And now what happens? On one other side, Alexander the Great is conquering all small tribes and kingdoms. And there was this great war between Alexander the Great and Purushottam, the Puruvamshi king. He is called as Porus in Greek. The war was so ferocious. Alexander the Great was almost lost in the war. He has never seen any king battle like this. Such was the might of Porus. Alexander has never seen elephants on the battlefield. The elephant comes and just thrashes them out. Thrashes so many horses. He was taken aback by the valor of Porus or Purushottaman. So this is a good thing for India, because Alexander's army, they are vexed. They were tired of this fighting. They got so scared because of this Puru. They could not advance further. Greeks say that Alexander won Porus, but Indian history says that Porus won Alexander. We do not know what is the truth. But after that invasion, there is no more conquest by Alexander, and he returned back to his home. And on the way, he passed away. So this is one more thing which is a very good plus point for India. God's grace. Because wherever Alexander goes, he just kills everybody, just like that lion. He just plunders the land. He even kills the young children, and he takes away the wealth and other women as his slaves. But our king, the Puruvamshi, he stopped the unstoppable and made him go back. But while going back, Alexander left few of his generals as satraps. Wherever he has conquered, all those places were handed over to satraps, so that it will still be under the Greek people. This happened in one place, during the same time. And the Greeks did not have the guts to face Nanda dynasty, because they knew Nanda had a huge army. But now Chandragupta Maurya, he has amassed wealth. He has gained the power. The Chandragupta Maurya He has amassed wealth, he has amassed knowledge, and now he has the help of many tribal kingdoms, small tribes, and many youths are willing to come along with Chandragupta Maurya against Nanda. Now, what did they do? They went straight to Nandas and they fought a battle. One thing they didn't understand is Nandas are having the biggest army of that time. And they couldn't face the wrath of Nandas and they got defeated and humiliated. But did this deter Chandragupta Maurya? No. They were wondering where they have gone wrong. Their war skills were correct, their strategies were correct. Everything was right. But when they were thinking about it, a mother was advising her child. They saw it while going on the way. Oh, poor child. The child is having a pudding. And she says, oh, my young son, don't put your hands in middle of the pudding. It will burn you. You should go from the corners of the pudding where it is less hot. You have just ventured like Chandragupta Maurya, who just attacked the Nanda Empire directly rather than going to his peripheral territories, the one which is at the end. So, Chanakya and Chandragupta Maurya learnt a lesson there and they started attacking the kingdoms which are weaker in the Nanda Empire from the corners. And they stationed their tribal chiefs there. They formed allies wherever it is possible and they fought wherever it is required. It is said that in one of the versions, it is said they took the help of Parvataka, also called as Purushottama, to defeat the Nandas. It was a very interesting strategy. Chanakya played a major role in this particular place. Kashi, the king of Kashi, was a friend and a very ferocious friend of Nanda. If king of Kashi comes to help for Nanda, Chandragupta will not be able to conquer. So Chanakya made a plot in such a way that he stopped king of Kashi at a very distant place by giving him some other trouble, by misguiding him, telling that Chandragupta Maurya is going to come to that place, so please be ready to capture him. If you capture Chandragupta Maurya, then you don't have to go for a war. The war is ended. So Kashi king did not send his troops. He was waiting for Chandragupta Maurya to come. But here, Chandragupta Maurya tactfully handled Nanda and defeated him and married his daughter Durdhara. Durdhara is Chandragupta Maurya's first wife. Thus, Chandragupta Maurya conquered the Nandas and the Magadha Empire and made Pataliputra as his capital, and he started his conquest. Next video, we will see how he conquered other regions and how well he looked after his people, and why do we call Chandragupta Maurya as a great milestone in Indian history. Thank you. Stay tuned.